The power grid just failed. No electricity, no water pressure, no cell service. You have 72 hours before complete chaos erupts. Are you ready? Most people will panic. Most will become vulnerable, but not you. In the next several minutes, you'll discover the critical steps that separate survivors from victims during total system collapse. We're covering home fortification, resource stockpiling, off-grid survival, and tactical readiness. Everything you need to protect yourself and your family. This isn't theory. This is a battle-tested action plan for the first 72 hours. Welcome to Food Decider, where we break down survival strategies and preparedness tactics that actually work. If you want to be ready for anything, hit that like button and subscribe, because when disaster strikes, you won't have time to learn this on the fly. Now, let's get into it. When the lights go out, crime rates surge. It's a proven pattern. Your home must become a fortress, not a target, and the transformation starts with your doors. Most residential doors are alarmingly easy to breach. A single kick can split the frame if you're using standard hardware. The fix is simple but critical. Upgrade your strike plates to heavy-duty versions. Replace those short screws with 3-inch hardened steel ones that anchor directly into the wall studs. This one change can add minutes to a forced entry attempt, and in a crisis, minutes are everything. Install a Grade 1 deadbolt, not a cheap alternative from a discount store, a real, certified Grade 1 deadbolt. Then add a door reinforcement bar or security jammer at the base. These tools cost less than a tank of gas, but can be the difference between a failed break-in and a successful home invasion. Now, let's talk about windows. They're the weakest link in any home security system. Apply shatter-resistant security film to every accessible window. Install proper window locks, not those flimsy tabs that come standard. For sliding windows, cut a wooden dowel to fit the track. It's primitive, but it works. In a blackout, your alarm system is dead, and police response times stretch from minutes to hours, if they come at all. Every layer of defense counts. Don't forget your garage. If you have an automatic opener, it's a liability when the power goes out. Disengage it now and learn how to manually lock the track with a clamp or padlock. More importantly, treat the interior door leading from your garage into your home as if it were your front door. Reinforce it with the same heavy-duty hardware. Many people overlook this entry point, and intruders know it. Light discipline is critical during a blackout. In a dark neighborhood, even a single candle can draw unwanted attention. Blackout curtains aren't optional, they're essential. They keep your light contained and allow you to observe the street without being seen. If you need to move at night, use red filtered flashlights. They preserve your night vision and don't broadcast your position. Consider installing motion-sensing solar lights around your property's perimeter. These charge during the day and illuminate automatically at night, startling anyone who approaches. In a blackout, your home should project strength, not vulnerability. A well-lit perimeter tells potential intruders you're prepared and alert. When store shelves empty and checkpoints restrict movement, your food supply becomes your lifeline. But most people stockpile the wrong things. They buy canned vegetables and boxed meals without thinking about nutrition, shelf life, or practicality. Focus on staples that last for years: rice, beans, lentils, and oats. These foods are nutrient-dense, versatile, and cheap. A 50-pound bag of rice can feed a family for weeks. Pair these staples with salt, cooking oil, and basic spices. You'd be surprised how important flavor becomes when you're eating the same meals day after day. Morale matters, and bland food destroys it. You also need grab-and-go nutrition for lockdowns or evacuation scenarios. Stock up on protein bars, trail mix, beef jerky, and freeze-dried meals that only require water. Choose options that don't spike your blood sugar or need refrigeration. In a crisis, the last thing you need is an energy crash or spoiled food. Speaking of morale, don't overlook comfort foods. Chocolate, instant coffee, tea bags, peanut butter, hot sauce, and bouillon cubes might seem trivial, but they provide psychological relief during stressful times. A hot cup of coffee or a piece of chocolate can boost spirits when everything else is falling apart. Mental health is survival too. Even the best-stocked pantry can lack key nutrients. Vitamin deficiencies lead to fatigue, depression, and weakened immune systems. A simple bottle of multivitamins fills those gaps and costs almost nothing. Store them with your food supplies and rotate them every year. This rotation system ensures your emergency stash stays fresh and doubles as part of your everyday pantry. You're not preparing for a hypothetical disaster. You're building a lifestyle of resilience. You can survive 3 weeks without food, but only 3 days without water. Let that sink in. Municipal water systems rely on electricity to pump and treat water. When the power goes down, so does your access to safe drinking water. Toilets stop flushing, faucets run dry. The system collapses faster than most people realize. Store at least 1 gallon of water per person per day. That's for drinking, basic hygiene, and minimal cooking. For a family of 4, that's 120 gallons for a month. Sounds like a lot, but it's non-negotiable. Use 5-gallon stackable containers, 55-gallon drums, or water bricks. Label everything with a date and add water treatment drops or a few drops of unscented bleach if the water isn't pre-filtered. Rotate stored water every 6 to 12 months and keep it in a cool, dark place, away from chemicals or gasoline. But even a solid stockpile can run out. You need filtration systems. Gravity-fed filters like Berkey, Alexapure, or Sawyer can turn questionable water sources, ponds, streams, rainwater, into clean drinking water. These systems don't require electricity and can filter thousands of gallons before the cartridges need replacing. Backup options include life straws for personal use, iodine tablets for emergency treatment, and good old-fashioned boiling if you have fuel. Scout alternative water sources right now. Identify rain barrels you can install. Know where your hot water heater is and how to drain it. It holds 40 to 50 gallons of drinkable water. Find local streams, ponds, or park fountains. Don't wait until you're desperate to locate water. Map it out. Walk the routes. Know your options. One more thing, water isn't just for drinking. Hygiene prevents disease. In a prolonged blackout, sanitation systems fail. You'll need water for washing hands, cleaning wounds, and basic hygiene. Budget for it. A few extra gallons per person per day can prevent infections that become life-threatening when hospitals are overwhelmed or unreachable. Most people prepare for a few hours without power, maybe a day. You need to prepare for weeks. The grid is fragile, and recovery times after a major event can stretch far longer than officials admit. Portable solar generators are game changers. Brands like Bluetti, EcoFlow, and Jackery can run phones, fans, LED lights, small refrigerators, or critical medical equipment. Pair them with foldable solar panels for maximum sun exposure. These systems recharge during the day and provide power at night. They're silent, emission-free, and reliable. Stock multiple high-capacity USB power banks. Keep them charged, labeled, and ready to recharge via solar or a car inverter. Test them regularly. Batteries degrade over time, and you don't want to discover a dead power bank during an actual blackout. Now prioritize your power usage. Focus on essentials: phones for communication, radios for information, medical devices for survival, lights for safety, and fans for heat regulation in extreme temperatures. Forget running your TV or gaming console. Use low-wattage devices wherever possible. LED bulbs instead of incandescent, DC fans instead of AC, USB-powered gadgets instead of wall plug versions. Multi-use gear like lanterns with built-in radios or crank flashlights are invaluable. Practice setting up your solar panels and timing your charge cycles. Learn how much sun exposure you need for a full charge. Understand your power budget, how many watt hours your devices consume, and how long your generator can run them. In a real blackout, there's no room for trial and error. You need to know your system inside and out. Cooking without electricity or gas is a serious challenge, but it's entirely manageable with the right fuel and equipment. Propane is the most efficient and versatile fuel for blackout scenarios. It's stable, widely available, and works in all weather conditions. Keep several 1-pound propane canisters for portability. These are perfect for short-term use and easy to store. Also invest in at least 2 20-pound propane tanks for extended cooking. Store them outdoors in a well-ventilated area and rotate them every few years to ensure they're in good condition. A small propane camp stove covers your basic needs: boiling water, heating soup, cooking rice or pasta. Look for models with adjustable flame control and wind guards. For fuel diversity, add an alcohol stove like a Trangia or Solo. These are lightweight, nearly silent, and great for simple meals. If you have outdoor space, consider a rocket stove. It burns wood or biomass efficiently and produces very little smoke. Fire safety is paramount. Never cook indoors with equipment that isn't rated for it. Even propane stoves produce carbon monoxide. Use them in well-ventilated areas or outside. Always keep a fire extinguisher within reach. Know how to use it. Practice now, not when flames are spreading. For heating, a Mr. Heater Buddy is propane-powered and designed for safe indoor use, but only with proper precautions. Crack a window for ventilation, use a carbon monoxide detector, never leave it unattended. Layer clothing first. Use Mylar emergency blankets to retain body heat. Isolate one room as your warm zone and close off the rest of the house to conserve heat.
Here's something most people forget: morale matters. A hot meal or a warm drink can dramatically boost spirits during a long, cold blackout. Don't underestimate the psychological value of comfort. It keeps your mind sharp and your family calm. Cell phones are unreliable in a real crisis. When towers lose power or networks get overloaded, your smartphone becomes a paperweight. Worse, in some scenarios, authorities intentionally shut down communications to control information flow. You need alternatives. A hand crank emergency radio is non-negotiable. It requires no batteries and can tune into weather alerts, AM, FM, and shortwave frequencies. Some models even have USB ports to charge your phone. Keep one in your home and one in your vehicle. Test it regularly. Know which frequencies carry emergency broadcasts in your area. Walkie-talkies, specifically FRS or GMRS models, keep you in touch with family members or trusted neighbors. Choose models with good range and rechargeable batteries. Test them and agree on channels ahead of time. Establish simple codes for common messages. Code blue could mean return home immediately. Code red could mean danger, stay away.
Keep it simple and practice using them. Ham radios offer long-range communication and access to emergency networks, but they require a license to transmit legally. Even without a license, you can listen for updates and emergency traffic. Consider getting licensed now. The test isn't difficult, and the capability could save your life. Create a physical communications plan. Print contact lists with phone numbers, addresses, and radio call signs. Write down emergency protocols. Keep physical maps, paper, not digital, and mark rally points, safe houses, and evacuation routes. Store these documents in a waterproof bag. Set up signal codes with your neighbors. A flashlight flashed 3 times could mean all clear. A red flag in the window could mean need help. Chalk marks on a mailbox could indicate evacuation status. Whistle patterns can communicate across distances without drawing attention. Look into mesh networking apps like Bridgeify or Briar. These use Bluetooth to send messages locally without cell towers or Wi-Fi. They're not perfect, but they work when nothing else does. Test them in advance. Learn their limitations. One final rule: listen more than you talk. In an emergency, gathering information is often more valuable than sharing it. Monitor radio traffic. Observe your surroundings. Information is power, and silence is safety. When the grid fails, digital finance systems go silent. Your debit card stops working. Your banking app is useless. ATMs are dead. Credit and trust vanish overnight. Cash becomes king. But not just any cash. You need small bills, 1s, 5s, and 10s. Large bills are hard to break when no one has change. Small denominations are perfect for buying food, fuel, medicine, or bartering for services. Stock up now while it's easy. Distribute your cash in multiple locations. Keep some in your wallet, some in your go bag, some in your car, and some hidden in your home. Don't keep it all in one place. If you're robbed or forced to evacuate, you want backup funds accessible. Barter becomes vital when currency loses value or isn't accepted. Batteries, over-the-counter medications, lighters, cigarettes, and alcohol are all valuable trade goods. They're compact, don't spoil, and people always need them. Stock extras specifically for barter. A bottle of whiskey or a carton of cigarettes can buy goodwill, pain relief, or critical supplies when cash won't. Pay off high-interest debt now. Reduce your liabilities. Learn to live lean. Financial collapse doesn't always start with an economic crash. Sometimes it starts with a storm, a cyber attack, or a grid overload. When the system forgets you exist, you need to be self-sufficient. In a blackout breakdown, you have seconds to react. Not minutes, seconds. That's the reality of a home invasion or a threat at your door. Your defensive tools must be staged throughout your home, not locked in a safe in the basement. If you're trained and legally permitted, keep home defense weapons secure but accessible. Biometric safes and quick access vaults are essential. Practice opening them under stress. Run drills in the dark. Build muscle memory so that your hands know what to do even when your mind is racing. Non-lethal tools are just as critical. Pepper spray is effective, legal, and easy to use. Keep a canister in every major room. Tactical flashlights with high lumen strobe functions can blind and disorient an attacker while doubling as impact tools. Look for models with 1,000 lumens or more. Every room should have something: a flashlight by the bed, a tactical pen on your desk, a multi-tool in the kitchen drawer, a baseball bat in the closet. These aren't decorations, they're lifelines. Hide tools in plain sight. Store them high if you have young children. Use furniture with hidden compartments. Train your family. Run silent drills where everyone practices moving through the house in the dark, accessing tools, and reaching designated safe rooms. Build muscle memory. Make it automatic. In a crisis, you won't have time to think. You'll only have time to act. Don't forget your vehicle. Keep a tactical flashlight, a seatbelt cutter, a window breaker, and a multi-tool in your glove box. If you're trapped or ambushed in your car, these tools could save your life. Surviving a long blackout alone is nearly impossible. You can't guard your home 24/7. You can't carry enough supplies for every contingency. You need people you can trust. Community is your lifeline. Get to know your neighbors now, not just their names, their skills. Who has medical training, who's ex-military, who has tools, generators, or ham radios, who's quietly prepping like you. These are the people you want on your side when things fall apart. Start small. Offer to help with something, share a skill, discuss local security concerns, mention you're thinking about emergency preparedness and ask if they've considered it. You're not building a militia, you're building resilience. Link up with a few trusted households and establish a check-in system. Agree on simple signals, flashing lights at a certain time, whistle patterns, or walkie-talkie channels. If someone doesn't check in, you know something's wrong. Assign roles based on strengths. Who handles street watch? Who guards the alley? Who monitors the radio? Who's the first aid handler? Clear roles prevent confusion and ensure nothing gets overlooked. A coordinated block deters looters. A group is harder to target than an individual home. You're also creating a resource safety net, sharing supplies, skills, and manpower. One household might have extra water, another has medical supplies, another has a generator. Together, you're stronger. But trust takes time. Don't overshare. Don't reveal all your preps. Lay the groundwork now while things are calm so your network is solid when disaster strikes.
Test your coordination with small exercises, a neighborhood watch rotation, or a shared communication drill. Preparation is meaningless without practice. You can own the best gear in the world, but if you've never used it under pressure, you'll fumble when it counts. Run full blackout drills with your household. Kill the main breaker for 24 to 48 hours. No cheating, no phones, no store runs, no backup power unless it's part of your actual plan. Live exactly as you would during a real blackout. Test everything. Can you move through your home in the dark? Are your flashlights accessible or are they buried in a drawer? Does your backup lighting work? Simulate a breach. Knock loudly on the door and see how your family reacts. Do they freeze? Do they know where to go? Run communication drills. Can you reach each other with walkie-talkies? Are the channels preset? Do the batteries hold a charge? Test your cooking systems. Fire up your propane stove. Boil water. Make a meal. Is it as easy as you thought, or are there problems? Monitor your power usage. Track how long your solar generator runs your devices. Are you draining it faster than expected? Can you recharge it fully in one day of sun? These details matter. Keep a log during your drill. Write down every problem: dead batteries, unreachable tools, broken latches, failed communication, meals that took too long. Fix these issues now, not during a real crisis. Debrief with your family afterward. What worked? What didn't? Who panicked? Who needs more training? Build a checklist and update your plan. Run the drill again in 3 months and see if you've improved. The best preppers are those who practice under pressure. They prove their plans, seal the cracks, and lock in their systems. When the real blackout hits, they're calm. They're ready. They act while others freeze. Preparing for total system collapse isn't about paranoia. It's about practicality and resilience. You now have the blueprint. Fortify your home, secure your resources, establish off-grid systems, and build community defense. This isn't about fear. It's about taking control when everything else falls apart. Start implementing these strategies today. Run your drills, test your systems, build your network. The first 72 hours will separate the prepared from the vulnerable, and you're now equipped to be on the right side of that divide. If this video helped you prepare for the worst, smash that like button and subscribe to Food Decider for more survival tactics and preparedness strategies. Drop a comment below. What's the first thing you're adding to your emergency plan? Stay prepared, stay safe, and remember, resilience beats chaos every time.